Now the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
Yeah.
Want to rock?
Let's rock.
Let's rock right now. It's
Sports
time.
concepts and rationalizations. By the way, before we do that, let me get this poll question out there for all the gang.
Yes.
It's our drill poll question of the day, presented by Lock & Law DUI and Criminal Defense. Know before you blow. Call our buddy Lee Lock at 858-9818. Craziest Jags offseason moment we've had, and the season hasn't started yet in my mind, so we've had a bunch of different little stories that have kept us
this
just
is like a runaway
juicy.
winner. 100% on this one.
We got Jalen in the Brinks truck. That was great theater.
Yeah.
We got
I'll give it 0.5%.
We got Freddie T and the reacts to being number 2.
I'll give him by the way, congrats, Tony. Don't ignore that Baby Ruth in the punch bowl.
Yeah.
I'll give that 0.5%.
We got Telvin's year away.
Yeah, I'll give you 99% on that one.
And we got the Ngakoue holdout.
Yeah, which is from the business of football is the biggest one.
Yeah, you're correct. 300+ votes, and Telvin's year away is getting 80%.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Yeah.
In my mind, it should be
Taylor
95.
reacts to 10%. So interesting.
Yeah,
and then 6 and 5, the other two holding steady.
Yeah,
at Dan Hicken. If you
yeah, it just also goes to show you that Jalen's theatrics aren't near as impactful or entertaining as he thinks.
Mm.
Right? I mean, I'm fine with it. It's fun, but you're really not moving the needle with that stuff.
Jeff, as we do sports concepts and rationalizations, 10-minute drill, we call it beef. What at the end of this, we're going to give away a prize pack just because we can and we love y'all, even though sometimes you treat us poorly.
It's straight from the heart, though.
What is it, Beef, today?
One Lucky Guggen's going to get themselves a 4-pack of tickets to go check out the Jumbo Shrimp in action down at the baseball grounds of Jacksonville. And
yes,
some airport parking from our pals at USA Park.
Love the boys down there at park.net. Jeff.
I'll never go anywhere else.
I saw this yesterday. I'll just mention it real quick. One of the offshoots of the netting.
Yeah, I saw that. McNeil?
Yeah. Is... The players,
jump in there like a trampoline.
Will use it as a trampoline and dive into the stands to get baseballs that they might not otherwise catch. Knowing, because listen, when you're say what you want, when you're running full speed towards metal and concrete, you're going to be a little more careful. If you know there's a nice big soft net that you can just bounce off, which is what McNeil did yesterday. They're going to dive in there and grab them.
Let me give you the offshoot of the offshoot.
Yes, sir.
Here's the next level, and then the diving into the stands is going to quit. One of these jokers is going to get the bottom of his spike caught in one of those little squares on the net, and his leg from the knee down is going to stay in one position, and the rest of his body is going to fall on the field, and we're going to lose.
I don't like that.
Cody Bellinger for 8 to 12 with a torn ACL. So. I did see the play yesterday, but I think that your boy Mickey Callaway way oversimplified the process of jumping into that netting and making a play. I don't think it's as safe as they made it seem. But it was a heck of a play yesterday by McNeil. I promised you I had a question about this morning.
He's a flying squirrel. Go ahead.
That's what they called him, isn't it? The squirrel?
Yeah, he's always been the squirrel.
So now he's the flying squirrel?
Yes.
Well, good for him. Well, that brings me to I have a Jag question, but I'll wait on that because in the meanwhile, I've come up with a theme song for the rest of your baseball season.
Thank you.
Beef, do we have any of that there? Maybe some of the audience. I don't watch this show in particular, so I this doesn't register with me.
Is this Maude?
And then there's Maude.
Is this the theme from the Jeffersons?
No, it's the theme.
Is this Mary Tyler Moore?
No. Sounds a little Game of Thrones-ish, but it's not that either.
Is this SWAT? A little more upbeat.
This is the theme song, Dan, from a little TV hit known as The Walking Dead, which is what I call the Mets, since you buried them back in May, and now just 4 games back. So I would like to implement some sort of rule that if they do Walking Dead style make it to the postseason, you're not allowed to watch the game. How about that?
Again, this is not what the being dead is about. It seems to bother you in a great way.
Yes, it does.
I don't bring them up and talk about them in
Doesn't
any
matter.
context. They're dead and gone. They're not making the postseason this year.
4 games
Can
back.
I just enjoy my little 7-game win streak?
I mean, you're 4 games back.
Against the likes of the Chicago White Sox and the Pittsburgh Pirates, who have fallen off the face of the planet.
Pirates are coming again tonight.
We get 3 more with the Pirates, and we get 4 with the Marlins, and then it gets dicey, okay?
All right. So you get teams
relax.
like the Braves on the schedule.
Yeah, we get the Braves and the Cubs.
The revamped Braves bullpen pays dividends immediately. The Braves bullpen does not allow a run last night.
I didn't know you acquired that guy, Rain. He did good, though.
Well, we didn't pitch an inning, but let's don't let that get in the way of a good story. Max Fried, though, is the starting pitching's been pretty good. Anyway, Braves did beat the Reds last night, and they shortened the game.
Yeah,
Fried?
No, fried.
Yeah, it's fried.
It's fried.
Yeah.
Know your team.
All right, I'm going to.
How'd the Cubs do, Beef?
Well, it's great. Dan, before the game, Joe Madden talked about the new bats he got, and he said it's big boy time.
Yeah.
Then they proceeded to get no hit for 5 innings and got shut out 8-0.
Who pitched?
John Lester.
No, for the who pitched the no-hitter?
Flaherty.
Did you see the splits on
You
Wayne?
think you think Flaherty.
Every time.
Yeah.
Did you see the splits on Wainwright?
No.
You want to see something crazy? Adam Wainwright, from a local kid from up in Brunswick, and it's been a terrific pitcher for the Cardinals.
Seems to be on his last legs, but those good games.
Yeah, his home ERA is like 1.12, and his road ERA is like 8.
Change of plans, Adam. You won't be pitching on the road this stretch.
We're going to just leave you here. Just
stay here. You'll lead off each
Get some bullpen sessions here. All right, I have a Jag question for you.
Yes, sir.
And I mean this seriously, and I'm not trying to, create a story where there's not one. But are you surprised at all that in today's era of analytics, where you factor everything from biorhythms to the circadian rhythm in,
No doubt.
Is it strange that you would hold a full-bore, full-speed scrimmage before 8 in the morning? Because that doesn't apply to any time that your body normally or usually will be playing football. So I'm kind of surprised that they went outside the bounds of normalcy. I mean, having a walkthrough is one thing, but practicing is another.
No. And I don't think that has. Listen, a lot of the high schools are out early at 7 a.m. as well, getting beat. It kind of makes sense in Florida. Normally, you beat the rain. Normally, you get ahead of the heat at least. You're out there till 10, 11 o'clock anyway, so it's still going to get hot. But no, I'm not. I don't think that's a huge deal. What is a huge deal is losing your linebacker, a kid who needs to be on the field learning and playing because he's coming from Murray State. This is a blow. This is a body blow to the Jaguars 2019. It's not the end of the world. It's not, but losing the kid Williams, Quincy Williams for 4 to 6.
And that's optimistic, by the way.
Yeah, and this is learning time for him. This is like on the field, flying around, understanding what we do in the listen, D1 to NFL is a big difference. Murray State to NFL is a huge leap. And he has been doing well and had been singled out. And there was a lot of good things going on. So and he had an interception, too, yesterday. That's a tough loss.
First.
Yeah. That's a tough loss.
No, I agree.
It's not the end of the world.
You probably are questioned exactly like I am, and especially the closer you get to the season and the Jags are in camp, I get this question whether I'm in Publix or
how are they going to do
at the poker room or what will the Jags record be? How are they going to do? What's the Jags record?
Yeah.
And I've had an addendum now as I'm really starting to watch this team and think about this team. I'm more pessimistically. I'm more cautiously pessimistic, and I'll tell you why. Mm-hmm. This is why. Dan, I think the top 22, the Jags can hang with the playoff teams. They're a 10-6 roster. Mm-hmm. But when you get to that second unit and you go 23 to 44, I think they go down into that 5-11 roster. So this team is going to be screwed depth-wise. Look, no one can lose their best players, no team in the league, but I think the Jags are even more susceptible if that happens. What happens if Miles Jack goes down for 8 weeks?
Try not to bring that up.
Right, but I'm just saying, yes. I do think that the Jags are less equipped to deal with the injuries that come along. So the depth, to me, keeps me from putting a higher cap and ceiling on the season.
Well, at the very least, we learned something yesterday, I think, fellas, and that is this. I think being part of James' world is wearing it. At the very least, I think we can all admit that, right? When you're a part of James' gang and you're on his team, it's his team, his world, and you're just living in it.
And we've known that.
We've known that, but I think we kind of can now understand when a former GM, now current GM, former GM.
Who was successful with LeBron.
Well, let me rephrase. His assistant GM.
Well, because LeBron's the GM.
Comes out, who embraced LeBron James and and LeBron embraced him and says some things that he said. And if you missed it, there's an article. Is it from ESPN, Jeff?
Well, he's quote. I don't know if it's SI, and ESPN has grabbed excerpts from it.
So SI article.
David Griffin now with the Pelicans, who completed the Anthony Davis trade.
Just too much being around, knew he had to get out of there.
Here's what he said.
Yeah.
Everything he did was so inorganic and unsustainable and, frankly, not fun. I was miserable. Literally, the moment we won the championship, I knew I was going to leave. There was no way I was going to stay for any amount of money.
Yeah.
And then he just went on to say how, everything that you said, there wasn't a lot else for him. But then he went on and kind of denigrated LeBron now. Look, there's not a
he said he's lost the fire.
He's lost the fire, and winning isn't important to him. So LeBron.
Now, listen, what I read is that LeBron's camp reached out to him and was like, what the heck? I thought we were tight. And Griffin played some of that's taken out of context. And LeBron's camp was, you need to fix that. So I don't know.
LeBron said, all right. He tweeted this out, all right, enough's enough. The throne has been played with too much, and I ain't for horseplay.
Yeah.
Ether coming soon.
I like that.
Well, maybe he'll reignite him, but
it does seem that there's a little bit of piling on here with the guy, everything he does. Again, as you have pointed out numerous times, and we have said, and you don't get brownie points for this, but that guy, no one has been under the microscope more except for Tiger Woods, right? In the last,
and how'd that work for Tiger?
Not so good.
Yeah,
right. In the last 20 years, it's Tiger and LeBron, the two most,
right.
Maybe Brady,
maybe, but he stays so out of the spotlight.
Yeah,
it's hard to put him under the microscope.
Yeah.
But, yeah, nothing terrible has ever come up. Nothing untoward.
He's done a lot of good, wonderful things.
Yeah.
And yet there's this underlying script message that it's just too much.
But I listen.
I don't know if I get that.
And David Griffin didn't say anything that we haven't always suggested.
Many people have talked about.
LeBron, you can just tell they don't like. And guys, there's a reason Kawhi doesn't go play with LeBron. David Griffin said this that we also know. The problem with LeBron is everything you do good is because of LeBron, and everything that goes wrong is because of everyone not LeBron.
Yeah.
And so that makes it hard. It makes it hard to play with if you're just a role player in the NBA to come to a place where if you lose, it's on you, and if you win, it's all LeBron.
Well, if you go to game 1 of the finals
with JR
2 years ago, everything that was good was good. LeBron, that was the best game I've ever seen LeBron play, 50-plus points, and then at the end, everything that happened, they were going to steal that game. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see what and, come on, man. LeBron, they say LeBron doesn't help himself because but I get this. He's trying to diffuse some of the
He does disengage. LeBron, I do think.
No, but when he comes out and says, look, man, everything from here on out is icing on the cake. I've accomplished everything I need to accomplish. Then Griffin's saying, well, then you don't have the fire anymore.
That's fair.
And, to a point. But LeBron's also saying, maybe LeBron's saying, look, we ain't going to win
pressure, house money.
Well, no, we ain't going to win it this year.
Yeah. That was last year.
Yeah, they weren't going to win. The Lakers were not going to. Yeah, so we'll see.
Here is exactly how Griffin put it, and then we'll move on.
Mm-hmm.
He said that being in James' orbit creates a vacuum, and when it comes to doling out credit for what's accomplished, quote, LeBron's getting all the credit, none of the blame, and that's not fun for people.
Right.
They don't like being part of that world, and we can see that too. LeBron, look, you're right. He's stayed away from any huge, controversies or anything else, but you could point to him, the whole team's on the bench and he's down on the other end, or the team's got a game the next day and he's on Snapchat cutting a hip-hop tune, yet taking a day off for rest the next day. I mean, those things are worth critiquing at least a little bit. Dan, we saw it for the first time last night. And
yes, we did.
It's a delay that I am already aggravated with.
PI?
Yes. The Broncos, now, thankfully, I think what will happen is coaches aren't going to use that challenge on those PIs. They don't have enough challenges.
Yeah.
And that PI is just too hard to get them to change their mind, I bet, because they're just jostling on every play. So the Broncos last night challenged a PI call that the referees held up. I bet you they hold that one 98% of the time. The call won't change compared to some of the other ones that are more obvious.
Right.
Like, to me, it's a lot more obvious if it's a fumble.
By the way, and in preseason, you got to feel it out. So if you're a coach, you honestly should challenge them just to see.
It's like last year with the lower in the head thing we've talked about.
Right.
The preseason, and then it never got called.
Right.
So we'll see on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's
Drew Lock, by the way, not so impressive.
Yeah, we'll
First
talk about
game,
him
no
more.
worries,
but
yeah.
it's I don't know if it's part personality, but now that you brought it, did you see the headline, though, of the column in Denver?
No, they got on him.
dude, they are.
It's a preseason Hall of Fame game.
No, this extends beyond.
By the way, 25 years ago now, right? Is it 25 years ago that we were in Canton? Is that right?
90. Well, it was 95, so
Yeah.
it's 24 years ago, right?
Well, this is the 25th season.
Oh, I guess so. Then, yeah.
Beef. We're about to remember when we got into that. Guggen math.
Yeah, I don't like that. I have a hard time with that. I do.
Don't do it.
We're all rich.
Don't go there.
You know who Mark Kisla is from
Yes.
the Denver Post.
Yes.
How about this headline? Is watching Broncos rookie quarterback Drew Lock throw the football as painful as passing a kidney stone?
Oh, wow. Well, Vic Fangio.
But still.
Yeah, it's
Then
creative.
And then he says this. Watching Drew Lock against NFL competition might not be as painful as passing a kidney stone, but it's close. Yes, Lock may take over as the team's starting quarterback one of these years, but that year won't be 2019. Is Lock the quarterback of the future? It's way too early to say no, but he's nowhere near ready to effectively operate a pro offense right now. Even the coach kind of chimed in. They asked him, what did you think of Lock? Quote, I was hoping for more, but not surprised. He's still got a lot of work to do. So, yeah, Drew Lock.
He's no Paxton Lynch.
Drew Lock falling to round 2 and apparently looking more like a round 4 quarterback to this point. That is the 10-minute drill. Beef, we'll take caller number 4 this morning, and what are they going to pick up?
Caller number 4 right now at 641-1010 is going to get the hookup. They're going to take home a 4-pack of tickets to see the Jumbo Shrimp in action down at the baseball grounds of Jacksonville, and they'll get some complimentary airport parking from usapark.net. Caller number 4, 641-1010 right now.